Greetings to you wherever you're following from. Welcome to our channel, Joint Hands Green Life Trees. Today we are in Kisugunwa village of Migori County. Kisugunwa is in South Kanyamkago ward in Uriri sub-county in Kenya. And we are meeting our group of farmers in Kisugunwa, where we usually come over here every fortnight for trainings on various agricultural practices. And as you understand, the idea that we were initiating here is forest gardening. And in forest gardening, there is integration of trees. And today we are meeting our farmers and training them on the concept of how to raise your own tree seedlings in your very own tree nurseries. In the understanding that the program we are running is one that we are undertaking in partnership with Trees for the Future. We also understand that when the program finally ends, farmers will need to proceed on their own, and so we are considering the sustainability of the same concept once this project will have ended, and that is why we would want to train farmers on how to raise their own tree seedlings and also how they can manage their very own tree nurseries, because the concept of having a tree nursery is quite ideal for a farmer to see that their work runs appropriately, and also seeing that they have got all the fruit trees and they have the nitrogen fixers, the fodder trees, and they've got all their vegetables within. So it is basically what we'll be training today, and there's just a lot that we'll be bringing your way. Stay tuned. My name is John Bosco for Joint Hands Green Life Trees.
Makunywe soda.
Sasa
hi everyone, Pamela here from Joint Hands Green Life Trees, and welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are again with our farmers at Kisugunwa, and just as we discussed earlier, we are in seedbed preparation because as I said earlier, we want to decentralize our nursery because the farmers up here are far from the central nursery, which is the nearest is Stella. So transporting seedlings from Stella to them is not easy. There's that transport cost, and maybe seedlings reach to them when they're ready, somehow affected or tired, whichever. Yeah. Yes, I hope you understand. Yeah. Yes, so today we are here to set up a tree nursery, of which we are going to start with the seed bed, and then we demonstrate potting practice, and then afterwards we'll see what to do next when the seeds have been sown, and then pricking practice that will be shown in our subsequent videos. Yes.
When we decentralize, it is to a great advantage to our work because first of all, it will be that transporting seeds is easier, and even the tree nursery materials is easier than transporting the seedlings themselves. And also, this gives us an opportunity to involve our farmers in tree seedling production so that they practically understand the process, such that when this project will all come to an end, they will have absorbed and understood. So here we will be raising what type of tree seedlings?
Okay, we'll have Caliandra, Gravelia, and Lucina. Acacia we'll do next time because acacia we have it has to go through some kind of a tougher pre-treatment method as compared to this other one. And we in forest gardening we involve the farmer in raising their own seedlings, because like this one we are going to deal with a group of farmers here, but even individual farmers are trained, they're encouraged to do their own. And for this group of farmers, it may even become an income generating project to them, because they'll produce the number of seedlings that they'll be able to plant in their farms, but they may have extra that they may sell to the farmers, the neighboring farmers as well. Yes.
Absolutely. So guys, that is what you'll be watching in the video, in subsequent clips that will be playing, and we look forward to seeing that you are adequately updated about what we are undertaking. But just as we told you that Kisugunua village is entirely comprised of farming community, so the farmers are upbeat and they are all available here ready for the learning. And even where we are standing is a farm that is full of bananas. As you can see to our back there, that banana plant has yielded just so well. And besides it are also some vegetable around that we'll be seeing as we'll be showing you in this video. Welcome.
Yeah, and these farmers are very positive. It's good that we've already received the rains. You can see there's no place that has not been tilled.
Yeah.
The land is well tilled, and maybe they've done some sowing for maize, the corn. I'm seeing some sweet potatoes, cassavas. They are very much aggressive.
Yeah.
And this is where they get their food from, and even money from here, from their lands.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's why they always rush. When they see the rains, they rush to the farms. Yes.
And so we are glad that we are in a rainy season, and even the weather today is just so good. It is not shining. Yeah. It is such a cool weather, and so it will give us opportunity to work without the effects of the scorching sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll also be showing you what the farmer who owns this farm has particularly done and how much we would want to add on top of what they've already done.
We started with the seedbed, and this is what the seedbed is. Our seedbed is raised. This is a raised seedbed. The length, or rather the width of a seedbed should be how many meters? 1 meter wide. It should be 1 meter wide to allow for easy operation. Mnaelewa hiyo maneno? So 1 meter, the width should be 1 meter to allow for easy operation, so that when I'm this side, I can operate up to that side without necessarily stepping on the bed, right? Even when I want to weed, my hand can reach the other side without stepping on the bed, or rather without interfering with the seedbed that we made. A standard seedbed should be mixed up with a lot of sand, because sand is, we believe that sand is sterilized. It doesn't hold a lot of pathogens. So a standard seedbed should be mixed up with a lot of sand, or it can be pure sand, because we believe that sand, we know, not believe, but we know that sand is sterilized, and it holds, it doesn't have much pathogens, and it's easily drained, so that when it doesn't hold much water, because when a type of soil holds much water, you may find that you come up with a disease called dumping off disease. Yeah. Dumping off disease affects the seeds before it germinates or after germination. In a case where you find that your seeds rot before it gets out of it emerges from the soil, or after germination, the seedling rots at the end. That is a dumping off disease. So to prevent having that kind of disease, we always use sterilized soil. We always prefer to use sand, right? Yes. Yes. So I think our seedbed is ready. So we are going to see the process of sowing. Melewa. Now we want to do sowing. What do we do first? We make light reels, and these reels depend on the size of the seeds that we want to sow, right? Yes. And any kind of seed that you want to sow should not be buried twice, should not be buried in the soil twice the size of the seed. You hear that? Yeah. Yes. So kama mbegu ni ndogo, hauziki sana. Kama ni kubwa, unaweza zika sana. So hiyo mchanga, hiyo fari ninatengeneza should not be twice, should be more than twice the size, twice the size of the seed. So this is Lucina. These are Lucina seeds. Then these are Caliandra seeds, and we also have Gravelia seeds. So Lucina seeds are already been soaked. This is just to break the dormancy. These ones were soaked for how many hours, Dimo? For 24 hours. In cold water for 24 hours to break the dormancy. Meaning that when we plant this, when we sow this one, we are sure of germination in less than 1 week. This is Caliandra. Caliandra is always doesn't germinate as fast as such, but these ones were soaked. As you can see, it's already started germinating. How many hours? 24 hours in cold water. Yes, and the seeds were fresh. But if the seeds are those ones that have stayed for a long time, you can even go as far as soaking them in warm water to break the seed dormancy. So these ones will take only 3 days and they've started germinating. So yes, so whenever we want to do seed sowing, we have to know the viability of the seed and its dormancy, so that we can know how to break the dormancy. Because some should be soaked in cold water, some should be soaked in hot water, some should be aired, just like the same way we aired gravelia seeds. Just to break you simply air it to break its dormancy, because maybe it has been stored for a long time. So airing it will will break the dormancy of the seed.
That is the far we've come with the sowing beds. We've already done the sowing of the seeds into the seed beds. As you witnessed in this video, is that there was the aspect of teamwork, which is what we are trying to instill a lot in this group of farmers, because teamwork is one of our core values, and we are helping the farmers to understand the need to be working together, to understand that they need each other, and that when they join up hands, then they can do just a lot. From a back there, you can see that we have that sowing bed, and we also have got this other one, and they have got Caliandra, Gravelia, and they have Lucina, the 3 seeds. With the completion of the sowing beds, you can now see even the protection that they've been given with, because this is another core value in us, innovation. Sometimes you want to do some work, but you lack the appropriate equipment. So when you do not have the appropriate equipment, this is an example of what you may go for. We have got these are banana stalks that are being used to hold the soil against possible erosion, and it is done to both beds, and even the sides will be worked on as soon as the farmers will, as soon as the training sessions will have ended. Now we have got this other section that is now being worked on. This now is the entire area where the potting bags will be arranged, and this was prepared earlier. So today we are just setting it up to be clearer and to be more defined, so that the potting bags will be arranged here, and all this space here that is being opened up will be serving that purpose of seeing that we have the pots arranged here. So the next session we are getting into is the session of potting. And so potting soil has been prepared, and this potting soil will go into potting bags, and from the potting bags the soil the bags will be arranged appropriately. And
We now want to do the potting exercise. We are ready with our potting bags. This is 3 by 5 inches potting bag. It's sealed. Sometimes you will find open-ended tubes, but these ones are closed-ended tubes. Open-ended tubes have got some advantages over the open. This is closed-ended. So closed-ended at times have some advantages over the open-ended one. Number one, this one is easier to fill, because sometimes our potters, or rather those who are doing potting, finds it difficult to compact the soil when it's open-ended. And number two, the closed-ended one holds water more than the open-ended tube. And number three, it concerns root pruning. So at times you'll find that the roots, the seedling roots will not penetrate or will not pass through this closed end. Yes, and also when it comes to portability, these ones are easier to carry. The soil will not be pouring out after when you are transporting the seedlings, right? So those are the advantages of this. But we also have the open-ended one. So this is what we have come up with. While compacting it, you make sure that the air pockets here are reduced. You reduce the air pockets here. That's the reason for compacting the soil. Ndio sababu tunasidilia. Tunataka hii hewa yenye iko hapa ipunguzwe. Sawa sawa. Haya, so wakati unaanza na chini ukisindilia kwenda juu. Unasindilia pole pole pita.
So along with all this, we are interested also in showing you how much this farmer has done in terms of laying out their farm and the direction you would want to go with them as a way of improving on what this farmer has already done. Remember that we came over with a group of farmers of Kisugunwa to come and practice tree nursery, but along with that, I saw it wise to also update you on what this particular farmer who is hosting us has done and what also we have integrated in their work and the direction we would want to go with them. First of all is that in his farm, he has got his main house. So this is the main house. And since this is an interior village where there is no electricity, so he's got a solar panel at the roof. And that solar panel is the source of power for lighting in this particular house. But along with that, to my back here, you can see that he has cultivated kales, sukuma wiki, which is the staple vegetable back here in Kenya. And to my back there, you can also see that he has got a pawpaw tree. And next to these banana plants, you can see an upcoming avocado tree. Now, this farm lies at a slope, and it is not a gentle slope. It is somehow a steep. It is a steep slope. So I'm going to show you how we've managed the steep, because many other farmers outside there sometimes have got very steep farms, but they do not know how to go about managing erosion issues. So that is the walk I want to go with you. So checking around here, you can see that this farmer had kales, and the prolonged dry spell that we had has seen that his vegetables are not quite healthy, but at least he has some leaves that he can pluck for his domestic consumption. And along with it, he has done cowpeas. So these cowpeas are still upcoming here. And besides the cowpeas, now, because it is a steep, having done his home yard, let me take this position and show you. Now, he has done some alleys here that are sort of terraces, and you can see that he has a line of an integration of sugarcane and also bananas, and in the understanding that there is so much water that drains to this direction, he has done a few arrow roots. So these arrow roots survive on the water that flows to this direction. And as you check around, he has also done pigeon peas around here. So as you understand, pigeon peas, beside the fact that they are food, pigeon peas are also nitrogen fixers, and so that helps to improve the quality of the soil in this particular farm. And ultimately, he has also integrated bananas into this particular lane. So this is the first line of defending the soil against any possible erosion. So as you check around here, you can see that the whole line runs that direction. So when erosion occurs, this is the first line that protects the soil against any possible erosion. Then he has worked out this open field so that this is where he cultivates most of his crops. And he has done a combination of maize, that is corn, and also some legumes like more peas. And I think going by what I was told before, it's just a matter of time before the maize germinates and also the peas that were planted here. But now there is a second line, a terrace that is of, he has done napier grass. So this napier grass here, as you can see, there is a steep slope to the lower side, to this other lower side. So this napier helps to protect this other second layer of soil against any possible erosion. So while it serves as fodder to the livestock, it also helps in controlling erosion here. So he harvests this and takes to the livestock without necessarily having to walk the livestock around here for grazing purposes. And after this, he has left another open space where more cultivation can be done. So the cultivation that was done up here and the crops that were planted here are the same crops that will come over to this side. But now this dam, he has ensured that again he's doing another layer of protection. This is another line of defense for the soil against any possible erosion. So as it goes this direction, is also another mix of bananas, and also he has left it a little wild, but also integrated some napier grass. But afterwards, because of the desire to keep improving soil quality, what is germinating here is soya beans. So these are soya beans that he has done here. And as you understand, soya beans are good nitrogen fixers and also highly nutritious. And commercially, they can be sold and some money made for his household to help in catering for school fees, medical needs, and all other needs. So, and immediately after working out that, he has again created another terrace. So all these lines here are meant to keep defending the soil against eroding towards the river that is downstream. And it goes that way to this other point that again he has done cover crops. So these cover crops, what you can see here are potato vines. So he did a line of potatoes, and that line runs from where the farm begins right there and to where it ends back here. And he has also done behind them a line of napier grass that, as you check, has always been harvested for the livestock to this point. So the harvesting should be proceeding to a point that when this shall have been done, most of it that is up there will have regrown, so that he has a continuous cycle of supply of napier grass for the livestock. And the steep still continues. So as you can check, we started it all the way from the house up there, and he has done several lines thereafter to this point where, as you check, he has again integrated another line of bananas and some fruit trees. Like you can see, we've got, this is an avocado tree that is still growing, and we also have got this pawpaw tree among other pawpaw trees that have been planted to this line here. And that done, he has done such a line so that it is another line of defense for the grass, for the soil against any possible erosion. Now, as you keep moving downwards, you get again to see that it is the similar trend that has taken place to this line. So all these, the farming is done in this manner as a way of protecting the farm soil against eroding downstream. Now, as you check, so besides the bananas that have been lined up here, because again, the key thing here is to see that the soil isn't eroded. So as you check, he's already doing a line of sorghum. So this line of sorghum still goes all the way, forming another layer of protection. And it's from that point that we created some open space here. And this open space is for the tree nursery, the intended tree nursery. So he had to spare this space here to help us, help him, and also help other farmers in having the trees that we intend to raise. And the potting process was still ongoing. So as you check here, the arrangement of the same is taking place. And we usually use a rope to line up. So you can see that the work is ongoing here. And by experience of working in the tree nursery, we've got Evelyn here. Evelyn, say hi.
Hi.
Hey, your hi is too low. Rise up and look into the camera and say hi.
Hi.
Thank you. And we've got Timothy. Timothy, today he's sweating a lot and he's in red. Yeah, so thank you, Timo. By their experience of working in the nursery, where we usually are more held up, today they are applying that experience here to help us help the farmers that we train back here to understand the kind of work that we are undertaking. And Pam there is supervising the work so closely.
Yes. we've just done 1,000 pots. These are 1,000 tubes already potted, and now we are arranging them. And as you can see, they are arranged in a way that you can count and you know what a block contains. Like here, we've done 20 by 50. So 20 by 50 will give us 1,000. So we know that this block contains 1,000. It's easier to know your stock when the pots are well arranged. And that's why we carried Evelyn and Timo to take the farmers through the arrangement process as well.
Ah,
Yes.
thank you. Oh, yes. And I know you used to, guys, you used to seeing our farmers around. So you've been seeing Peter quite a lot. Peter, hi.
Hi.
Yeah, and and more other farmers you'll get opportunity to interact with them. For now, I'm still taking you through the farm and whatever plans that we are undertaking here as a way of conserving and also improving the quality of the farm. So checking around here, there is a whole line of sugarcane that has been planted here. And as you understand, its essence is that sugarcane, besides being so nutritious, will also play the role of protecting the soil against eroding downstream. But as you check here, more other vegetables have been planted around here. So this particular vegetable is called the black nightshade and is upcoming there. But more of kales, as we had talked about kales before. This is our staple food in Kenya. It's called sukuma wiki. Yeah, so sukuma wiki is all over here, as you can check. And the kind of things you see here are improvised scarecrows. So that is an improvised scarecrow, because when it is blown by wind and it shakes a bit, the birds get scared and they move away, and any other possible predators, I mean every possible pests, of course, and predators. And as you check here, there are beds of vegetables. So this here is a bed of some indigenous vegetable, and this here is a sowing bed of jute mallow, and there is just a lot more of the same down here. And as you check here, more vegetables, and arrow roots are all over here and growing up, and what you can see in them are mulches. So those mulches make it appear bushy a bit, but that is it. And more of bananas growing up in different stages. Now, right after this, right after the arrow roots that you see down there, we have got a small stream of the river. And since we are from a dry spell, it is not yet flowing because it is seasonal, so there is no water in it. But I know very soon we'll be having much more water in it. And that is it from this end, how the farmer has been undertaking their work here. More vegetables all across. And the bananas that we have here are also, as I told you, growing at different stages of growth. So we have got this one, and we also have got this other banana tree that is just so tall. Is it a tree? Well, we have this banana plant here. It is just so tall. You know, as I told you, they are different species of bananas. That's why you have them here. And we also have lots and lots of bananas that are yielding. So you can see this, that one, and a lot more of them all across. Back to the nursery is that our sowing beds are already mulched and ready for just simple watering as we wait. Next time we'll be appearing here, the beds will have already germinated, and most possibly we'll be picking what has germinated here as we plant into the potting bags. Right, as we prick them into the potting bags. Okay.
Okay, I think in 2 weeks ago when we were here, you can remember there was a video of some kales that were having some ash on the leaves as a protection against pests. And here they are today. You can see the leaves are now clean. They are free from pests. as you can see, because he was trying to prevent them from being eaten by the aphids. Have you seen the way it is now?
Yeah,
Yes,
quite
nice,
clean,
yeah.
quite nice, very, very clean.
Yeah.
And
So that's an organic method of removing
of controlling pests.
controlling pests from the leaves of vegetables. And
Great.
as you can, he's done a lot of beds here just because this place is prone to waterlogging. So these raised beds will ensure that there's no water, maybe there's no waterlogging just around this area, around the place where the vegetables are.
Is in pursuit of our journey of transformation, the farmers at Kisugunwa have been quite very positive people. It has been quite a positive journey because when we came over here, we didn't know each other, but as days go by, we've instilled the spirit of teamwork, of integrity, so that as people work here, we are working towards a fruitful journey. And so, as you can see, it is a mix of women and men, wamama na wababa.
Yes.
Vijana na wazee. Yes. I mean young people and the old, and it is just quite nice. Obea is the owner of the farm, and all the kind of work that you've seen here, he is right behind it, the guy you see here. Yeah, he's so aggressive and wants to see this transformation and so welcoming, so he has given us opportunity to work right here. Yes, karibu na utuambie kitu.
Hi, I am called Stephen Obea. I have invited my fellow farmers to my garden to learn more how to maintain the soil and to improve vegetable and to ensure that they can achieve their goals. They have helped me in many ways because many farmers, they have come here to learn how to maintain the soil and how to grow trees.
Obea is the guy who has given us this space in which we are raising a tree nursery, and we look forward to also being highly beneficial to him. As you saw our idea of forest gardening, he has tried it to his extent, but we look forward to integrating in a lot more from our side.
Kwa majina ni Alice Afanda. Nimefurahia sana wakati watu hao wametutembelea. Tumeendelea vizuri, wametufundisha mambo mazuri kuhusu kupanda miti na mimea mingi. Na tunasema tena wazidi kukuja ili tuendelee tuwe vizuri, tupate vitu vingi. Asante.
Asante sana. That is one farmer called Alice Afanda, and she is grateful for the work that we are doing here and that she's learning just a lot, and she's asking that we stick around to ensure that we help them until the transformation we desire comes across. We also have got the chaplain here, so let's get to hear from our chaplain. These guys here pray a lot, and so...
Of course, I'm called Harun Agoha, who have been praying for this site. Since we started this, I've been praying and God has answered me. So what I may say, may God bless us as we are going to work on this site.
Kwa majina mimi ni Peter Omedi na hii ni site yetu. Nimeshukuru watu wamekuja wametufunza, tumeanza mambo ya nursery. Kwa hivyo karibuni tena. Asanteni.
Asante sana. Yeah. Asante sana means thank you. So guys, that is all we had for you from Kisugunwa village and our group of farmers whom we are very proud about, and the kind of work they are doing and their teamwork spirit.
As you know that teamwork is one of our core values.
Yeah.
And we are promoting it just a lot even among our farmers. This is a group of farmers that are so much united and they want to move together without leaving anybody behind. So us together joining hands, we have to make sure that we have food in our gardens, just enough food that we can sustain our families with, and enough that we can also sell and get money for our families. Yeah. And in that also we'll have to take care of our environment as well by making sure that we incorporate just a lot of trees that will be beneficial to us and to our environment as well. And as you can remember, there was this story of climate change.
Yeah.
We are just rolling it down to the farmers. They should be well educated about it so that they should know the impact that climate change does to them as a farmer on the ground. With good education about it, they'll also have to come up with a proper solution on how to mitigate the climate change. Yes.
Yeah, so we are the actors on the ground here about climate change. So whatever is discussed in Nairobi and the Geneva and yeah,
everywhere,
please, we would want to feel it trickling down to
yes,
these farmers.
to the
so
farmers.
That, yeah, so
exactly.
The global audience that we have here, help us to spread this. If you come across this message, just help us to spread it. That there is a group of farmers in Kisugunwa who are out to help address climate change by promoting tree cover and practicing agroforestry. And that is all we had for you. We wish you the very best from Kisugunua village in Migori County. We have anything to say? Bye-bye.
No, just to say bye and thank you.
Bye-bye. And we love you all.
Yeah.
All right.